This war veteran recovered his legs after bonding with the symbiote, and his student, who also uses the abilities of an alien symbiote in the form of hair, have returned to Marvel Future Fight with new looks. Ladies and gentlemen, sneak peek number 2 for the September update is here. It is brand new uniforms for Scream and Agent Venom. I am here for it. Two characters that I personally love, and I'm hoping, really hoping that the next sneak peek, please let Marvel, is a new character. I know you guys want Gore, and I want him to, and I know you guys, some of you anyways, want the uniform for Null, but I'm really hoping that we get another symbiote. I'm hoping it's Toxin. You know, hey, I can hope, right? We haven't gotten any new characters this year, have we? I can't remember the last time we've gotten a new character. I think the last new character we got was Maya Lopez. I feel like it was last year, bro. Anyways, point is, check out the new looks of the symbiote agent and the permanent partner of Scream. Alright, so we get a little bit of a throwback to the original soundtrack from Marvel Future Fight. I believe the music that is being played here is the music that they use in World Boss Ultimate. And if I remember specifically, it's in the Thanos fight. I remember it because back when that Thanos fight first came out, I died a lot against Infinity Thanos. And I think that's around the last time I used Agent Venom. Anyway, so this is the first look at the new uniform for Scream. She's going white and red this time as opposed to red and yellow. And Agent Venom is going back to the black suit, which I dig. I really like the stealth suit. It looks amazing. Now, I know some of you guys might be wondering which of these two characters are going to be getting the tier 3. I don't think either of these guys are actually getting a tier 3. I think since they're in the same sneak peek, they're actually going to be transcended characters. And I think they're going to include another character, possibly a new character, as a part of their Awaken skill, because it's been a while since we've seen an Awaken skill that only has 2 characters in it. But I do think these guys are going to be transcended characters, and I think the tier 3 is actually going to be Gore, or we could see somebody else. Maybe there's a new character coming and they don't want to spoil the surprise. Fingers crossed, I'm hoping for Toxin. Now, with that being said, let's talk about these characters, man, because I would personally love to see them get a sizable upgrade. I know some of you guys think tier 4 is the way, and if a character is not getting a tier 4, they're not really going to be relevant. But let me just remind you guys that Kamala Khan was and still is absolutely amazing. She's pretty much putting out tier 4 damage at tier 3 level 70. So I have hopes that these guys are going to be good. People are very excited for Venom, and obviously Agent Venom is a fan favorite. Scream, I would say not so much, but here's the thing. Agent Venom is a paywall, so they can get a big payday off this. Now, here's the thing. Before you guys freak out and say, oh, Agent Venom is a paywall, I hate that. You can get Agent Venom for free, by the way, right? You can just come here. You know how you can get Valkyrie, right? You can get Agent Venom. And I know, it's going to take you a long time. You have to re-roll every single day to try and get it. But I was able to get Valkyrie for free on my free-to-play account, and several other paywall characters like Ghost Panther, Riri Williams, and others. So it's absolutely possible for you guys to do. If you actually care about the character, you can start re-rolling, and every single day before you do your dimension missions, you just make sure you get Agent Venom so you have a chance of getting him. Because I think, in addition to Venom, he's probably going to be the best character, right? Because they have an incentive, a financial incentive to make him good. And honestly, we don't have a support system for the symbiotes currently. The symbiote tag exists, but there isn't really much to support the symbiotes outside of Null's leadership. Null has the leadership covered, but I would like to see a symbiote support system. Where is that guy? Do I have him favorited? I barely ever have him favorited, so I forgot I had him favorited. But yeah, Null has the symbiote god leadership, which is really cool. And although I would love it if Agent Venom became the new Kamala Khan, I think the best thing they could do for this guy is, in addition to bumping up his damage, obviously, is make him a really good support system for the symbiote. Something similar to Abomination. And I'm going to keep referring to this because Abomination has one of the best, I would say, niche support abilities in the game, right? It can't be applied to everyone, but for the characters it can be applied to, it is absolutely broken. Chain hit damage plus extra damage to heroes and villains is amazing. The only thing it's missing is ignore dodge. And here's the thing, if you take a look at Agent Venom, Scream, and Null, let me just go over to Null, there's one thing they're all missing. It's ignore dodge, right? Here's the thing, combat characters natively are made to combat speed characters. Speed characters natively have very high dodge. So it would make sense if Agent Venom was offering some type of utility that gave them ignore dodge in their kit to some degree. I would say since he already has extra damage to supervillains, it's 15%, it only applies to himself, they should probably bump this up to 45%, add ignore dodge and some chain hit damage, and instead of only making it apply to himself, it applies to all of the symbiote allies. I think that would be amazing, right? Because right now the only support system they have is coming from Venom. Venom is not a niche support, it can apply to everyone, but it would be really cool if they included that in Agent Venom's new uniform. It would make him valuable long term. I would say they should probably bump up the heal from 12% to like 25 or 30%. Move this over from the 1 skill to the 3 to 4 to 5, since that is more oftenly used in your skill rotation versus a 1 skill you kind of have to go out of your way to use in most cases. I would say he probably needs a new tier 2 passive or a significant buff to it. The guaranteed critical rate is nice if you're going to use him as a DPS. If he becomes a great DPS, he can use a CTP of Rage because of the guaranteed critical rate, but he needs skill damage and bonus damage, so I'd like to see that in his kit. I would say damage accumulation would be nice. He already has a typical 30% physical attack leadership. I don't think they need to change anything there because Null already gives 60% extra attack to all of the symbiotes, so we don't need to bump this up to 60. I would say they should probably focus on buffing his tier 2 passive, buffing his uniform bonus to apply to all of the symbiote allies, and then they should probably give my girl Scream a little bit of love. His 4-star passive could get some work too. I would say maybe it's a 50% chance when he's attacking for him to heal. The 10-second cooldown isn't that bad, to be honest. Maybe these buffs could be higher since these were like years ago. 12% attack and defense, 12% critical rate. Yeah, that's kind of lame, honestly, especially when you consider some of the newer passives we're getting on uniforms that, for one, aren't on cooldowns, right? And for two, are significantly higher. So they probably should do something about that. Either take away the cooldown so it's there all the time, or buff the numbers significantly. As for Scream, I'm gonna say it right now. The thing that Scream needs the most is a bloody heal. Out of all the symbiotes in the game, she's one of the only ones that cannot heal. I believe it's her and Miles Morales that can't heal, right? And which is kind of sad because Miles Morales, I really do love him. I don't think he's gonna get anything in this. I think he's probably gonna be one of those characters that they're gonna save for when he gets his own movie or whatever. But if I remember correctly, Miles doesn't have a heal, and it was one of the reasons why when he got this uniform, no one really cared for it. It's a really good leadership for Carnage. So if this guy ever gets transcended, you get 70% extra damage to Carnage plus the damage reduction there. But my point is, back to Scream. Scream needs a heal badly. Scream is one of the best free-to-play new player characters. Like, if you're just starting an account, she is absolutely amazing for stuff like Shadowland and World Boss early on. She has really good damage and decent survivability for a character that doesn't have a uniform. This is going to be her first uniform, so it's going to be a significant upgrade for her. I'm really hoping that they give her a heal, damage accumulation, and I would say, besides that, if they don't give Agent Venom the ignore dodge like support passive, they probably should give her some ignore dodge in her kit as well. But I don't think she's missing very much outside of the heal, damage accumulation, and ignore dodge. You guys can let me know what you think. She has guaranteed critical rate. similar to Agent Venom, so she could also use a CTP of Rage, although I wouldn't prefer if she was a CTP of Rage character, because right now Rage, unless you're using a level 80 tier 4 character, Rage isn't the best for higher levels in World Boss Legend. But I don't see her as the character that they would spend the majority of their time buffing, so she could do like stage 80, stage 90 in World Boss Legend. But you never know. Sometimes we have some happy accidents where the underdog, the character that no one expects to be the best, is actually the best. So who knows? Maybe Scream becomes one of the best combat characters in the game. And who knows? Maybe they even switch her over to speed. Anything could happen. But leave me your thoughts in the comments, guys. Are you excited